welcome to this week's What's New in Taiwan. I'm your host, Jasmine Liu. Today, we journey back 40 years to a moment that reshaped Taiwan's future. The day Dr. Morris Chang answered Taiwan's call, planting the seed that would grow into TSMC, Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company. In 1985, John left the familiar grounds of Texas Instruments and traveled to Taiwan to head the Industrial Technology Research Institute. That decision marked the beginning of what we now call the birth of a national icon, TSMC. As he later wrote in his 2024 autobiography, 张忠谋自传, it was one of two moments in his life when he felt he had a rendezvous with destiny. The first was arriving at TI in 1958, the second was coming to Taiwan. Initially, he thought that destiny lay with ITRI, but fate had something more in store, TSMC. Within just 2 weeks, the idea of a dedicated foundry emerged, revolutionary at the time. Instead of being an integrated device manufacturer like TI, TSMC would focus solely on production. No competing with clients, just excellence in manufacturing. These 2 weeks, from August 21st to September 4th, 1985, were, in John's own words, the most creatively valuable in his life. Drawing from 2 decades of semiconductor experience, he proposed a model rooted in Taiwan's reality, modest R&D and sales, but world-class yields. And that model became TSMC. That commitment wasn't a marketing slogan, it was their creed. Once we make a promise to a client, we go to any lengths to fulfill it. And that ethos, total commitment, client-first focus, remains TSMC's foundation to this day. Many might assume Taiwan had a strong semiconductor industry back then, but TSMC was born from modest origins, an institute's demonstration line behind in cutting-edge tech, but with stellar yields. Chang had to face an early dilemma. 3 US-based ethnic Chinese IC design firms asked the government to fund their own wafer fabs. It would have cost over $100 million. His instinct was to reject it, but ITRI leaders said it simply saying no wouldn't suffice. The government needed a solution. That's when Trump proposed a common wafer fab, a new idea that would serve multiple clients and launch a new business model entirely. Morris Chang recognized the gap. Taiwan lacked flashy R&D and sales channels, yet had production reliability. That was enough and possibly optimal. This vision flipped the global chip industry on its head. Instead of tech giants monopolizing every step, designers could focus on innovation and leave fabrication to TSMC. He carefully analyzed Taiwan's strengths: design weak, cutting-edge process R&D 3 years behind, and sales non-existent, but yields and reliability world-class. So TSMC would focus on what it did best, serve clients who needs the most, and aim globally from day one. This wasn't just technical strategy, it was a human, economic, and national bet. Tech historians Chris Miller called it Taiwan's Gutenberg moments, enabling a new age of innovation. This model didn't just transform Taiwan, it changed the world. TSMC's rise wasn't an overnight miracle. It was built on years of foresight and unwavering strategy. In 2009, during economic downturn, Morris Chang chose to double capital expenditures, doubling down when others retrenched, ensuring TSMC was ready when demand surged again. He also nurtured a service-oriented mindset. TSMC didn't just fabricate chips, they served clients, offering strategic guidance and market insights. One client recalled that conversations with TSMC's salespeople were more insightful than other interactions. It wasn't just business, it was partnership. And when the stakes were high, like securing Apple's A8 chip, TSMC sent nearly 100 engineers to work alongside the client. They formed a one team dedicated solely to flawless 20nm production. It succeeded, landing that Apple order was a turning point. Leadership means dealing with challenges directly. One such moment emerged with NVIDIA during early 40nm production issues. Chang, newly returned as CEO, spent hours understanding the dispute. He invited NVIDIA's Jensen Huang for a casual dinner at home, salad and pizza, before easing into serious negotiation. He presented a settlement offer worth over $100 million with a clear 48-hour deadline. Huang agreed, and they emerged strongly. NVIDIA remains one of TSMC's largest clients, and Chang and Huang remain friends. And that's leadership: honesty, fairness, humanity, and results. Now let's turn our attention from boardrooms to the big screens. There's a deeply moving documentary currently playing across Taiwan theaters, 造山者世纪的赌注, the first of its kind to chronicle the human journey behind Taiwan's semiconductor rise. Directed by Xiao Juzhen, who spent 30 years making documentaries, the film spans 5 years of production and centers on the personal stories of over 80 造山者, the builders of Taiwan's semiconductor industry. These are not faceless technocrats. These are individuals like Sun Yuxuan, Li Guojing, and Zhang Zhongmo, people who bet their lives on an uncertain future. As Chang himself once wrote, "This is a gamble," a phrase that hits harder once you experience their struggle on the screen. What makes the film extraordinary isn't its tech. The storytelling is deeply human. As the director put it, 如果很诚心，你会跟这个时代共振. If you're sincere, you'll resonate with the era. The producer said it wasn't just a tech chronicle. It's a tribute to faith across generations, a question posed to the future. If you're wondering why this film matters, remember, it's not about shine or spectacle. It's about the weight of belief, the courage to bet on a nation's future. From a bold idea in 1985, rooted in humility and reliability, to world-leading chip maker and a national proud symbol, TSMC's journey is deeply Taiwanese, deeply human. It reminds us, success isn't just about tech or money. It's about vision, trust, partnership, and integrity. That's what's new in Taiwan, where past, purpose, and possibility intersect. Thank you for joining What's New in Taiwan. I'm Jasmine Liu, and I'll see you next week.